Hello and welcome back to the amazing world of FMM's Precise Impression Tools. I'm Leslie Bassett, the designer of Precise Tools, and I'm really excited to be here again to show you the latest additions to the Precise range. In our first video, I introduced the 4 original Precise tools, Polka 1 and Polka 2, and Ribbon 1 and Ribbon 2. Today I want to show you something really special and very different to the Polka and Ribbon tools. These are the first 3 in the new Precise pattern range. We made them in a lovely bright yellow colour too, so you can find them in your toolbox. Before we look at each tool individually, let's have a quick look at 3 very different cakes, all using the 3 new Precise pattern tools. The White Rose Wedding Cake is a quintessentially English design, delicate and very pretty. The Tiered Christmas Cake has a more Scandinavian or Nordic look with a very traditional colour scheme. But the showstopper has to be this fabulous Bollywood-inspired celebration cake with its extravagant patterns and colours. Unbelievably, the same 3 tools have been used on all of these cakes. So now you've had a glimpse at what the Precise pattern tools can do, let's take a closer look at the tools themselves. This is Precise Pattern 1. And the diamond pattern always makes me think of golfing sweaters, but that's one design I haven't actually used it for yet, although I probably will. The principle for using all Precise tools is exactly the same. Ice your cake with sugar paste, or rolled fondant if you prefer, and while the icing is still soft, place your cake on its board on a flat turntable. Decide which way up you want the tool and place the bottom edge flat on the board. Starting at the back of the cake, engage the first row of pins in the soft icing and roll the tool around the sides, making sure you keep the bottom edge on the board at all times. This makes sure the design is perfectly horizontal all the way around. Lift the tool away cleanly, then align the first row of pins in the last row of holes and press again. When it comes to the joins, you can see quite clearly where you've been, and you can also see quite clearly where the first row of pins are. Alternatively, you can look sideways to line up the pins, or even look down from the top. If the tool is flat on the board and you can align the top pin, the others should be perfectly in place as well. But even if you don't get it quite right and you end up with slightly larger or misshapen holes, you're going to pipe over them anyway or cover them up with something, so it really doesn't matter and no one will ever know. So once you've made a perfect impression right the way around your cake, you're ready to start to add the decorations. I've used this pattern tool on the top and the bottom tiers of the Nordic Christmas cake. And as you can see, I've added reindeer to the top tier and Christmas trees to the bottom tier, with some additional shapes. Always attach your appliqued shapes first, and then you only have to pipe over any holes that you can still see. On the Bollywood cake, it's more about colour, and as you can see, I've used colours that complement the other 3 tiers on the cake. And so to pattern 2. This is a really pretty zigzag design that works beautifully on its own, or as a base for more elaborate patterns. How pretty is that? And how long would it take you to mark that out using the paper template and pins, as in the bad old days? I've used this tool on the middle tier of the Nordic Christmas cake and on the bottom tier of the Bollywood cake. And I hope you can see that just by using different colours, you can achieve a completely different effect. Pattern 3 creates a pretty drape effect with the precisely placed pins, making sure that the curves around your cake will all be exactly the same height and width. As you can see from this impressed pattern, some gaps have been left in the curves, but the gaps mean you can vary the pattern by adding a heart or flower, for example. With the English rose cake, I added an extra couple of holes to complete the curve. I've also used the drape tool on the top tier of the Bollywood cake. So these are our 3 new Precise Impression tools, Pattern 1, Pattern 2 and Pattern 3. I hope you can see why I'm so excited about them, and I think that once you've tried them you'll be just as excited. Bye for now, see you next time.